all been by KO. And if I can add, go back and watch the fight against Moises Fuentes. Brutal knockout. David
Torreón
Cuéllar.
siempre puede presenta a ustedes esta pelea de campeonato internacional. México contra Nicaragua. Nicaragua contra México. En la categoría de peso supermosca, por el campeonato internacional pelearán a 10 rounds. En la esquina roja, con un récord de 26 peleas ganadas, 17 perdidas, un empate y 8 victorias por la vía del knockout. Directamente de Managua, Nicaragua, Yader Chocolate Cardoza. En la esquina opuesta, en la esquina azul, con un récord de 21 peleas ganadas, invicto, 14 de ellas por la vía del knockout. Nacido en Querétaro, pero esta noche se declara de Torreón, Coahuila, México, el campeón David General Cuéllar. Referee de este encuentro, el señor Jesús Becerra, supervisor en turno, el señor Carlos González Hinojosa, del Consejo Mundial de Boxeo. Esto es ESPN Knockout.
David Cuéllar looking to remain undefeated. He is 21-0 with 14 knockouts. There are many down here in Mexico that they believe he can be the next lighter weight class superstar. Not just a star, but a superstar. Yader Cardoza is the kind of fighter who will test a young fighter and has been in there against some of the world's best, especially in a weight class below where he's currently at.
Yeah, he mentioned the fact that he wants to fight aggressively, and as all of his fights that I saw, that I watched leading up to here, he just fights aggressive. And I think that's something that David Cuéllar, it plays into David Cuéllar's hand, the fact that opponents are aggressive. David Cuéllar wants that. He's a knockout puncher.
Sets up that right hand. It's a laser right hand with the jab. Also like his left hook as well. We're here at the Municipal Auditorium in Torreón, Mexico for Cancun Boxing, brought to you by Pepe Gomez in association with Promociones del Pueblo. We're watching David Cuéllar and Yader Chocolate in the main event here on ESPN Plus. Ray Flores, Chris Martin, and a right hand barely missing the head of Cuéllar.
Cuéllar landed a good jab, but Cardoza landed that overhand right that he told us in the fighter meetings that once he lands that overhand right, his opponent will fall.
Oh, there's a left hook. It wobbled. Cuéllar appeared like Cuéllar might have been wobbled, but my goodness, look at Cardoza. He is coming out swinging for the fences, and he's landing in the early going.
And he's landed that overhand right twice already.
But again, for a young fighter, I don't mind seeing his chin get tested, depending on how he reacts to it. And if you were, and Cuéllar handled it well, he didn't even blink.
He might have blinked.
Maybe a blink or two. But he held serve when it comes to his stance. There's a nice right hand there by Cuéllar as we have a minute to go in the first round. This one's scheduled for 10. The WBC International Championship is on the line. Essentially what that is it's a way to get higher ranked in regards to the sanctioning body in which you're fighting. Big right hand. And that was a slip. And so says the referee.
Even though he's playing on the back of the head shot, he was kind of leaning forward. But it was a...
Oh! My
dipped a little bit, held him, and pushed him off to the side. Very good tactics there by Cuéllar, man. It's definitely what you want to see. Cardoza's trying to go back to the well. I think he's doing it a little bit too many times right after he hurt him, but doing the right thing by keep throwing that overhand right that he hurt him with. See if we can get the truck to go ahead and give us that replay.
Yeah, we can definitely see that. Let's take a look at it. Talk us through it, Chris.
Okay, and I thought it was the overhand right, but it was that left hook that made him do the stanky leg there for a second.
It almost short-circuited him because it hit him on the tempo and almost short-circuited him.
It was a very clean shot. David Cuéllar needs to be on his P's and Q's here. If not, Cardoza can go ahead and get away with a sneaky victory here tonight.
It's interesting too because Cardoza is not necessarily the kind of guy that has this concussive knockout power. He only has, of his 26 victories, just 8 of them are by knockout, and that's a little under 33%.
Yeah, but the way he came out aggressive, while technically you should be warming up in the back, but most likely Cuéllar is still a little cold. You know, the ring walk, all that, you're a little cold. That's the truth. You have to warm up in the fight. Cardoza did the right thing to try to shake up his opponent from the beginning, from the get-go. He did it. We'll see how Cuéllar responds.
Let's see if David Cuéllar can get things back on track after being woken up, I would say, a little bit with some heavy punches from the Nicaraguan in Yader Chocolate.
He got woken up. Luckily, he didn't get participation.
Again, he handled it well. I mean, he stumbled, don't get me wrong. It certainly affected him, but he did not panic. And I think that is a bar for a young fighter to see how he handles some of that heavy firepower. Beautiful right uppercut, followed by a left hook backing up the Nicaraguan. Left hook to the body from a 20-year-old from Mexico.
And one thing that I wanted to mention earlier, kind of what you guys just saw right now, just the slickness of Cuéllar. Not necessarily just a power puncher, but he is a very good boxer.
He could be a technician at times.
Yeah, so the boxer puncher format fits perfect for this young man.
They are wearing those puncher's gloves, or at least Cuéllar is. Yes, they both wear puncher's gloves, the Tito Reyes gloves. You wore those a few times in your career, right, Chris?
I'm gonna say no, Ray. Sponsored by Everlast. I want to go ahead and right now give a shout out to my main man, Ernie Gavion. Sponsored through Everlast. All my gear, all my training gear. Ernie, you're the man. Works out right now for
Ernie's a very quality guy. Been involved in boxing a long time. That's a shot below the belt. Is that a knockdown? What happened here?
I believe that was a good body shot. And yeah, the ref is counting it.
He's counting a knockdown. Wait a minute, I don't know if he's calling it a knockdown because he did not count. There's a left uppercut blasted away upon Cardoza. We're trying to get clarification in between rounds.
And there goes that overhand right again.
There's a shot below the belt by Cardoza.
A good pro is going to go ahead and retaliate, considering it wasn't called on Cuéllar.
So I don't believe that was called a knockdown because he didn't look at any of the 3 judges and start counting. Double left hook to the body by Yader. Yader starting to come forward towards Cardoza.
I think Cardoza is feeling that body shot.
Big right hand driving Cardoza against the ropes. How he remains upright is unbeknownst to me.
Just a very tough guy is Cardoza. Not only is he trying to evade the shots, but he's throwing back.
That ends the second. We'll take back and look if we can re-rack that in the truck and watch when the knockdown happened and what the referee decided to do in that sequence. Again, Chris, I don't think that was a knockdown. So let's take a look at it again, Chris. Here's some of the work from David Cuéllar.
Yeah, this is after the fact that he's already been hurt.
But Chris, you just got clarification that what? No knockdown as we suspected?
Correct. No knockdown. But in the moment, it seemed like the referee was counting. I don't know if you guys saw the same thing. Apparently, we couldn't get that replay from the truck, but we'll go ahead and get clarification later. I got verbal confirmation from the referee. No knockdown.
We're on to the third. Both men have been hurt in unique ways, but neither man has tasted the canvas just yet. David Cuéllar, though, looking to preserve his undefeated record. He's 21-0 with 14 knockouts. He's taking on the veteran in Yader Chocolate, who has 46 professional fights on his ledger.
And good warning by the ref, because both those guys got hit with a hard headbutt. I don't know who it hurt more, Cardoza or Cuéllar.
Round 3, this one is scheduled for 10. Wherever you're joining us around the world, thank you so much for tuning in to ESPN Plus. Big overhand right that barely missed the top of the head of Cuéllar.
And like he said in the fighter meetings, if I land it, he's not going to get up.
Those left hooks are starting to take some effect and take some of the steam out of Yader Cardoza. Big right hand by Cuéllar.
And a beautiful uppercut to follow up, and another one.
Both men are throwing with venomous intentions, Chris. Big right hand smashing right into the face of Cuéllar.
Definitely are.
A point deduction.
I don't think I saw a warning.
Yeah, this referee's having an interesting night, I'll say that. That's putting it mildly.
Being a nice guy.
There's a left hook that pops Cardoza for Cuéllar just over the midway point of the third round. What would you like to see Cuéllar do more of?
Do that. He keeps landing that right uppercut. Keep going back to the well. Make sure this guy takes it from you. Don't just take it away from yourself by not throwing it. This guy has to take it from you. Once he takes it from you, and what I mean by that is slipping, catching, not getting hit by that uppercut, then you move on to something else. But up until then, you keep doing it.
There's a cut outside the left eye of David Cuéllar. I think that might be because of the headbutt. Now, Cardoza looking at the referee as to say, hey, he hit me below the belt. The referee says, fight on.
And you're right, there's a cut over the left eye of David Cuéllar. Might be nothing, might be something, we'll see.
Well, here's the thing. In terms of the unified rules of boxing in which we are under, a fight is official after 4 full rounds have been completed. So we need one more round of action if it were to go to the cards, if Cuéllar cannot continue. Hopefully that's not to be the case, but big right hand there by Cuéllar. Final moments of the third. Some body work and a couple of jabs to conclude the third.
And it's above the eye, the cut. If it's not under control, it could very well get into the eye.
Let's see, there's a right uppercut.
And another one, very good short shots. And I mentioned in the middle, somewhere in the middle of the round, about the headbutt. Who might have gotten that worse? It seems like Cuéllar got the worst of that headbutt.
That cut is tripping. That is a nasty laceration.
Oof.
They're throwing. This is why you have a quality cut man, to preserve and extend your fight, because you never know when you're going to need it. There's a left hook that backs up Cardoza immediately. A good cutman is like having an insurance policy. Sure, you may not need it right then and there, but down the line you might.
In the words of Chris Watts, in case shit happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh!
They both see that Cardoza came in with a big overhand right. They tied up at the moment.
Cardoza keeps looking for that overhand right. Once again, he said in the fight meeting, if I hit him with that overhand right, he's not going to get up.
Cardoza is, as they say, a grizzled veteran. Good jab followed by right hand.
And trying to use that experience, as he put it, the experience is on his side, and he's looking to stay inside in close quarters the entire fight.
A minute has elapsed. There's a left hook that backed up Cardoza.
Yeah.
And Cuéllar smashing him in with the right hand. And Cardoza is getting teed off upon here in the first half of this fourth round.
Yeah, he's starting to really touch Cardoza now.
Cuéllar sensing that he can potentially hurt Cardoza, but Cardoza is like a wounded animal and most dangerous when he is being attacked.
It needs to go back to the plan, does Cardoza, of saying that he wants to stay on the inside, because, to be honest, David Cuéllar is very dangerous in the mid-distance, long distance and mid-distance.
I'd like to see David Cuéllar throw that right uppercut more. And the left eye continues to bleed for David Cuéllar. And now the right eye is bleeding. Both eyes are bleeding for David Cuéllar, which is unfortunate.
Unfortunate considering he's leading, in my opinion, this whole fight. So
there's a left hook, partially glancing blow for Cardoza. There's an overhand right by Cardoza. David Cuéllar, the undefeated 20-year-old. He is battling here tonight against the veteran Yader Cardoza.
He's definitely working for every moment of this fight.
There's a couple of hooks that both go into the body, and that'll end the round.
So one thing I like to say is when you hurt your guy to the body, or at least you hurt him or get his attention, most of the time, they're gonna remember and go to your body. And that's what happened right there with Cardoza. Cuéllar landed a solid left hook to the body, and Cardoza remembers, oh yeah, this hurts. And threw two body shots towards Cuéllar. Ineffective, yet he threw him.
Here's some of the action, Chris.
And what Cardoza promised that he wanted to stay inside, but Cuéllar just doing the correct stuff and boxing him up from the outside. And every time he comes inside, gives him a little flurry, does Cuéllar, and steps off to the side in very good boxing fashion.
Now, Yader Cardoza, now the doctor is looking at, going to be observing some of the eyes of David Cuéllar. He's cut over both eyes.
It'd be a shame for this fight to be stopped.
Well, what I'm more upset about is that it's likely going to put David Cuéllar on the shelf for a little while, because you're going to need some time for that to kind of, heal up and begin to develop some scar tissue, because when you get cut over your eyes like that, it could be extremely problematic. And look at Cuéllar, he might have had Cardoza hurt, or Cardoza was off balance. Right hand crushing the right into the face of Cardoza. Cardoza, 13 years older than that of David Cuéllar, the 20-year-old upstart.
And Cuéllar seems to feel a little bit of panic and putting out a few more shots than he was in the earlier round.
A beautiful left hook by Cuéllar as he attacks the body now of Cardoza. Don't you think, Chris, that Cuéllar should start attacking the body more of Cardoza?
Yeah, that's one thing he really hasn't done other than that second round where he landed that good body shot. First round where he landed that good body shot.
Just over the midway mark of the 5th. This is a 10-round fight for the WBC International Championship. Double jab by Cuéllar. Backing up. Cardoza.
Every once in a while, Cardoza forgets, then he remembers, hey, my game was on the inside. And he tries to set back in.
Well, the fans are urging on David Cuéllar. My goodness, are they behind the 20-year-old? There's a left hook for Cardoza. For Cuéllar, beg your pardon. Beautiful left uppercut that stopped Cardoza in his tracks. Oh, down goes Cardoza!
And he's not going to make it.
This one is over. David Cuéllar has stopped Yader Cardoza here tonight in Torreon, Mexico. What a win by David Cuéllar as he has won 7 straight by knockout as he stumps the Nicaraguan here tonight. What a performance, Chris.
Beautiful performance by David Cuéllar, battling through 2 cuts, not 1 cut, 2 cuts, and getting the stoppage and increasing his win streak, his KO win streak to 7.
He looks so good and is evolving and take us through this, Chris.
And he just got his attention with a little short jab, blinding jab. It wasn't necessarily there to hurt you, just blind you. And the shots that you don't see are the shots that hurt you. Cardoza did not see that body shot coming from Cuéllar.
So David Cuéllar ends the night of Yader Cardoza. And you know what? The future is bright indeed for the 20-year-old out of Queretano, Mexico.
Yeah, the future is bright, man. Like, this kid is only, first off, he's only getting better. He's getting bigger as we speak. You know, he's coming into that man body. He's going to go up to maybe 18, 22 eventually. But right now, he's a solid defender.
I'm curious to see once he gets a little bit of time to heal himself and take this through the knockout again. Oh my goodness, that is a piercing body shot.
Yeah, not only did he get hit, he didn't see it, and that's the problem. Once again, the shots that you don't see are the shots that hurt you.
The most. And look at that immediately. Cardoza hit the canvas almost on impact.
And so far, we've seen David Cuéllar knock out opponents to the head and now to the body. So this kid is just progressing. Perfect.
I think the key for him, and it's going to be tough, and I understand why, is that he's going to have to need some time off because both cuts over the eyes. And you know, being a fighter, it's not easy. You cannot come back too fast, even in sparring, because if you do, it could open up again, and then it opens up brand new and more issues.
Yeah, I've seen it happen in sparring. It's a shame when it does, but it happens, and yeah, you're right. You got to take
al
that
gobierno
time.
municipal de Torreón. Torreón siempre puede. Gracias por este apoyo al gobierno municipal de esta hermosa ciudad de Torreón, Coahuila. Gracias. Y estamos seguros que regresaremos con más boxeo para ustedes en esta hermosa ciudad. Señoras y señores, ESPN Knockout, Promociones del Pueblo, Cancún Boxing de Pepe Gómez, Boxing Time y Box Arts Promotions da a ustedes, junto al gobierno municipal, el resultado de este encuentro. El vencedor de esta pelea por nocaut efectivo a los 2 minutos con 23 segundos del quinto round. Y por lo tanto, continúa como campeón internacional Consejo Mundial de Boxeo de Querétaro, David General Cuéllar.
So David Cuéllar remains undefeated. He looked terrific tonight, and he embraces with Yader Cardoza, sign of respect between the two. But that was a performance by David Cuéllar. He got hit a little bit early, but he didn't panic. He had to deal with a couple headbutts, some cuts above his eyes. He dealt with adversity. So as a young fighter, you want to see a couple things. How does your chin hold up? Well, his chin held up pretty well under the circumstances against a guy who came and was throwing with some bad intentions. Two, the fact that his eyes were bleeding and he could have unraveled. He did not unravel. Three, he stepped on the gas and he got him out of there.
He definitely did step on the gas and got him out of there, man. He held his composure. That's one thing I want to say is he held his composure. He did get hurt. See if it's in one of our clips here, because Cardoza came out aggressive. He came out strong like he said he was, and right there we go. We see him do the stinky leg. It's not something that he couldn't overcome. Once again, he kept his composure. Excellent performance by David El General Cuéllar.
And you see David Cuéllar as he just immediately, that was a little bit of the stumble that they had.
Muchísimas gracias.
As we take a look at what happened, that was a big shot there by Cardoza. And again, you look at David Cuéllar, he was very instrumental and did not panic. He was very judicious in his game plan and his attack, and he went out there and he systematically broke down Yader Cardoza.
Good way to put it, because yes, systematically broke him down. He landed numerous shots to the head, but didn't just focus on the head. He broke him down to the body and eventually got the knockout victory, which we most likely expected considering the record of Cardoza, but nonetheless, Cuéllar, perfect performance.
Well, so far, what a night of action. David Cuéllar with a terrific performance as he stops one. Yader Cardoza here tonight in Torreon, Mexico, and we appreciate all of you joining us wherever you did. Cancun Boxing brought to you by Pepe Gomez in association with Promociones del Pueblo. The future is no doubt bright for David Cuéllar. I cannot wait to see what is next for him, Chris.
Yeah, hopefully it's something big, you know, something that he wants. He mentioned in the fighter meetings, he wants to progress, he wants to be a world champion, and with fights like this, coming forward.
Well, what a night of action as David Cuéllar ends the night of Yader Cardoza with a piercing body shot to end his evening and remain undefeated. And thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my partner.
Thank you, everybody, and I appreciate everybody here. Promociones del Pueblo, Cancun Boxing, Pepe Gomez. Thank you.
Overall, and Box Special Promotions as well, we appreciate you joining us wherever you did around the world here on ESPN Plus. On behalf of our entire team, I'm Ray Flores saying